Hey, what's happening, man? It's Noble Credit here. It's Noble Gang. Shout out to the gang. Listen, guys, we got some news. We got some news. We got some news. We got some news. We got some news on the gang. Wells Fargo. It's just been announced today that Wells Fargo has to pay $3 billion in penalties for consumer abuses that occurred from 2002 until 2016 when they got caught. If you remember a few years ago, they got caught doing all this illegal activity, and the CEOs of the company, people got fired, high-ranking executives got laid off, things like that. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a look at this CBS News article that's talking about this exact scandal of the scammy bank. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on something very personal to me, kind of the reason why I started this channel. I need you to stay to the end though, because that's where it kind of all comes together for why I'm not some sort of, Robin Hood, but in a way, you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at this Wells Fargo article on CBS News. It was just released today, 21st of February. At the top, you see it says, Wells Fargo to pay $3 billion for phony account scandal. Okay, so I'm going to read this first paragraph. Wells Fargo will pay $3 billion in penalties to resolve long-running investigations into consumer abuses that ran unchecked for more than 12 years, costing the bank's customers millions of dollars. All right, guys, this sounds like a crime to me. This is crazy. Costing people millions of dollars, and they were just getting away with it. Let's move on. Let's keep going. The much-awaited settlement between the reputation-impaired bank and the Department of Justice is the largest yet in a slew of scandals that cost two Wells Fargo CEOs their jobs and generated billions of dollars in operating losses related to legal costs and government fines and settlements across all 50 states. Let's skip down. The abusive practices persisted from 2002 till 2016 and had bank employees engaged in fraud, identity theft, falsifying records, and forging signatures of existing clients to open unauthorized accounts. What? Guys, first of all, one of the biggest problems that I see with this whole thing already is how are the CEOs just getting fired and fined? Why aren't these people in jail? This is insane. You literally oversaw an operation that's scamming people. What? Only the banks. Only the banks can get away with something like this. Let's continue. The $3 billion fine being paid by Wells Fargo includes a $500 million civil penalty to be distributed to investors by the SEC. If you think SEC here stands for Southeastern Conference, you're wrong. You watch too much football, by the way. This settlement holds Wells Fargo accountable for tolerating fraudulent conduct that is remarkable both for its duration and scope and for its blatant disregard for customers' private information. Guys, there's a kicker here that I'm about to get to, and it's this. Notice the fine of $3 billion, and I'm about to read something that is just going to, it's going to seem like Wells Fargo is some famous rapper that has to set aside money just to handle legal fees, but it's not even that much. Let's continue. The nation's fourth largest bank has already paid billions in fines and penalties for pushing employees to create phony accounts to meet ambitious sales goals. It had reserved more than $3 billion for legal issues in the second half of 2019. It reserved $3 billion. This hurts Wells Fargo, but it doesn't hurt enough. The banks have been getting away with things like this for a long time, and finally the government's starting to crack down on some of these practices. Let's continue on. It was only last month that bank regulators imposed their largest fine ever on former Wells Fargo executives. The conduct at the core of today's settlements and the past culture that gave rise to it are reprehensible and wholly inconsistent with the values on which Wells Fargo was built. During the past 3 years, we've made fundamental changes to our business model, compensation programs, leadership, and government. One good thing that I will say that could come out of this is If you're familiar with the Wells Fargo Propel card, yeah, this is a credit card YouTube channel. I got to talk about the credit cards. It's a really good card, to me at least, and it's objectively a good deal. So the Wells Fargo Propel card is a no annual fee card that performs better than some cards that have annual fees. So this, in a way, could be kind of Wells Fargo's way of improving their reputation. Now, do I recommend going out and getting the Propel card right now? Not yet. I mean, do your research. Make sure you know where Wells Fargo is going to pull your credit report from. I do like the Wells Fargo Propel card. And another good thing about this is they're kind of just in a recovery mode from these bad practices. So if they kind of overhaul their compensation plan, overhaul their business practices, that means they should be getting exponentially better very soon. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, Wells Fargo, they're in trouble and everyone stay away from them. No, they should become better for people who are into credit cards or people who may want to bank with them. So that's the good news. But the bad news is some of these people, I don't see jail anywhere in this article. Do you see jail? Do you see a penitentiary? Let's control F for penitentiary. Control F. Nope. Let's control F for jail. Jail. Nope. Nothing. Guys, how are these people not in jail? The banks have it way too good in this country. As an active duty service member who gets my credit cards for free, people think I'm somehow stealing from the banks. People somehow think that I'm the bad guy because I use my benefits wisely. Not illegally, wisely. Okay? I have a platinum card, an American Express Platinum card. I have another American Express Platinum card. I have another American Express Platinum card. I have another one. I'm using the benefits that are allotted to me as an active duty service member to gain free money benefit statuses with credit cards. Am I the bad guy? I don't think so. Because banks are doing things like this, who's the real bad guy, man? Among other settlements, Wells Fargo has since paid more than $1 billion to regulators for mistreating consumers. Mistreating consumers. 575 million to 50 states in the District of Columbia and 480 million for a class action suit filed by investors. The bank's bad behavior became public knowledge in 2016 when Wells Fargo acknowledged it had opened millions of bank accounts in the customers' names without their knowledge. Who is going to go to jail for this? Last but not least, Friday's settlement, however, is not the final chapter in the saga, as Wells Fargo is operating under a growth cap on customer deposits imposed by the Federal Reserve, which has said it would not lift its restraints until the bank shows it has changed operations to prevent consumer abuses from happening again. So this is another good thing. Capping their profits, it sounds like a good thing to me, because now you don't have to worry about Wells Fargo trying to meet outrageous sales quotas or profit margins. They're just going to meet their cap, and then they can focus on being a decent bank. I know those two words don't really go together, a good bank, but guys, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload more videos. I do credit card videos, credit card reviews, unboxing videos. I'm about to do an unboxing video very, very soon. So hit the subscribe button to be notified when I do that. It's going to be coming out either today or tomorrow. It's Noble Credit, man. It's Noble Gang on this channel. It gets live, man. It gets live AF. I do credit card raps. I rap and sing about credit cards, talk about credit cards, man. I do it all. All right, let's get this money. Don't care what nobody say. Ain't about to let nobody hang. Word is we got a whole lot of gang. 12 months for a whole product change. Turning cards with no time to play. Remember all my folks run away. Or you want to make jokes? Not a day. or you wanna be bros nowadays.
I done seen my own man turn to hate. Done seen my own man turn to fake. I got a lot of credit cards now because I made bands off a chase. No, I got a lot of bands in the safe. Gotta understand credit chase. Score used to be 759, now only stands in the 8.
I was posting referral links up in 2019. Some people vouching for me was a pipe dream. Feel like I gotta